Well, let's look at the status of regulation at this moment. The world is changing, we all know. Internet is changing the world, and that means that if we look at all the regulations which are of any influence on internet, on the processing of personal data, I just made a small chart on that, and if you look what we did in 1995, the 1946 directive, it was the Data Protection Directive. It concentrated on the naming of purposes for which we could use data. We could use data for commercial uses, so that was in that directive. So the first one was really on purposes and not on anything else. In 2002 we got the e-privacy directive, and that deals with the legitimate use of channels as email. So you see it become from a broad platform going into a smaller platform, which is the use of channels for commercial communication. And now, in 2010, we are discussing on techniques such as cookies and online behavioral advertising. So I really do wonder what will the next issue be which we will discuss and get rules for, because we are going from universal principles which are in 95 drafted and put into a directive, and now we are going to make it all smaller. And I think that all the regulation which came after the 95 directive is rather non-future proof, because it is all have to be reviewed and evaluated, and maybe it is a kind of incident regulation which we do now. And that's what I'd like to warn for, that we are not going into the incident management of regulation at this moment. Oh, there's a new technique, oh, we need to do something else on new rules, new laws. Because I think that a lot of things are already in laws and can be applicable also to